Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that might be new here, we typically do is go over crypto news or news in general in the space. I update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. Let's see who's here in the chat, and then we'll get into this. Mr. Dave Jack, good to see you, buddy. We have Will, good morning, sir. Andrew Masad, Vinny, good to see you, buddy. Sustainable Crypto, Rude Puts, what's up, man? Caw Valley Crypto, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Let's see who else. Let me scroll down a bit. Patrick Murphy, Tim I Am Crypto. We have Son of a Rabid Panda. Good morning, sir. Good to see you, buddy. Crypto KJ, my man. Perfect. Good to see you, man. Gene, let's see who else. Dumpster Fire, Automatic Beats, Lil Stanky. You guys are awesome. Steven Cicero, good to see you, buddy. All right, let's get into this. Bitcoin is in the red today. $63,944. What the hell's going on here? We got Ethereum at 3,500 bucks. Everything's still floating sideways. We were a little green yesterday, a little more red today. I know I didn't go live yesterday, but nonetheless, yeah, we're still kind of floating sideways. Nothing's really changed too much anyways. A couple dollars maybe here or there. Solana $131. We get XRP at 49 cents, which is a big oof. If I'm not if I have to say so myself. We have ETC actually 23 bucks, almost $24. This is I really thought ETC was going to be doing a little bit better, but honestly the whole market is down right now, so I think it will do better. Just going to take some time. Caspa's at 14 cents, almost 14 and a half. So actually there was what was the video yesterday? Is it Sin City Crypto? If you guys did not see the video of the entire dev team over at Caspa with them, please go check it out. I will try to find it later on. If you guys remind me, I'll grab the link and I'll throw it in here. But it's pretty awesome. It was a very good, I guess, promising interview to see where Caspa was gonna head, right? We got Dogecoin at 12 cents. Damn, that's pretty low, huh? That's getting down there. Render $7.42. What in the hell? Bruh. That is terrible. It's down 8% on the day. Holy shit, that is really bad. that is awful. All right, let's go over to crypto bubbles. I can't take any more of that. All right, biggest loser of the day is this Zero. I don't even know what this is. 25.3% down on the day. Let's see. It's ranked 91, $798 million market cap, $3.19, and it's down 25%. Damn, it was up at $4.28. I don't even know what this is. Layer Zero? Has anybody heard of this? Layer Zero? How's Jasmine doing? Jasmine, let's see. Where is Jasmine? Down 4.2%. It's at 2 cents, dude. I'm so happy I sold that at 4. Oh my God. That's crazy. It's going down a bit, but you know what? Jasmine's been doing really well. It's performed very well. WIF is down 12.3% on the day. Solana's down 4.6. Arweave is down 9.3. Man, that's pretty big oof. We have Jupiter down at 5.6. We got Brett down 9.4. Again, Render down 7.6. That's crazy. I can't believe Render's dropped this low, but Render's going to do well in the bull run for sure, at least in my opinion. Let's see. We have Floki down 9.1 if anyone cares. Just another meme coin. Everything else is down like 4 or 5% basically. It's really not too bad. Cash Network, I guess, is down 7.9. But yeah, not too bad. All right, flashbang. Let's see what we got. Fear and Greed Index is at a 63. Honestly, it's perfect. Not gonna lie, it is perfect. That's what we need. We need a neutral base right now. Build a steady base, and then we can explode. That's kind of the route we're going. I think the presidential election is gonna have a real big upside to crypto as a whole, just in general. All right, let's look over here. Trending coins seem to be Layer Zero, ZK Sync, and MAGA Hat. They're all down on the day, but nonetheless, I guess they are trending. We have top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, Lado Staked Ether, USDC, XRP, Dogecoin, and Toncoin still in 10th place. Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe it's that high above Cardano now. It is almost actually it is just about $4 billion above Cardano. Jeez, Cardano's taken a hit lately. Bruh. Absolutely terrible, but I think Cardano still has an easy 6x. That's just my opinion. Let's continue down a little bit. Ooh, Avalanche flipped Shiba. Shiba was in 12th place for a long time. $10.4 billion market cap for Shiba, and Avalanche now has a 10.8. Pretty awesome. Mr. Rude Puts, thank you so much for the 249 super chat. Friday party on with a bunch of beers, dude. You're awesome. Appreciate you, buddy. You're probably already out of work because you're over there in the UK, but if you're not, hopefully you enjoy the beer when you get to sit down and have one. All right, Litecoin I think is going to do very well as well. It is down over 80% if I'm not mistaken from its all-time high. Let's see. Yeah, 82%. It was at 410 bucks in the last bull run 2021. I think we're going to do all right with Litecoin overall. You guys could see 2017, 2021. Litecoin might not get there again that high, but I think it will. I do think it will. It's been progressively making a higher low base, I guess. Does that make sense? I think LTC is going to do just fine. Caspa though, I can't wait for Caspa to see what's going to happen there. You know what? I'm just going to look up that Sin City crypto right now. Let me just see for you guys. Is it? What am I doing? Sin City crypto, I think. Is this it? This is it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. This right here. No, I lied. Where is it? This one right here. 41 minutes. I watched this yesterday. This video is extremely good. If you guys want to listen to something today and you don't know much about Caspa, please listen to it. It will blow your freaking mind and you're going to be excited about holding Caspa long term. So do what you will. To each his own, not financial advice. I don't care what you guys do at the end of the day. It's your own money. You're all big boys, big girls. Do what you want with it. All right, Render 35th on the top 100 over here. Again, 739. I think that's going to be doing very well eventually. Ethereum Classic, just because of the ETH ETF, I think this one's going to do well. Just the catalyst alone. People purchasing Ethereum in Coinbase don't really know the difference between Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. Why is this one so cheap? Why is this one so expensive? They're going to go for the cheap one. Some people do it. I did it when I first started, so that's the only reason I'm really like, I think that's going to happen when Ethereum pops off. Again, 2018 we were like 40 something bucks, right? 2021 this thing went up to 160, what was it, $167. It's 85% down right now. And you know, I wonder if it's a good time to solo mine this. I don't know how bad the hash rate is on this, but nonetheless, we can look at that if you guys want. Anyways, you guys do what you want. I am invested into all of the coins I spoke of today, so full transparency there. All right, mining. Let's see what we got over here. You guys know I like to timestamp this stuff. Let's see what we got. KS5 Pro 21 terahash unit is making 69.54 after paying 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Again, Caspa miners here. We have the KS5 20 terahash unit making 66.23. We have the KS5M 15 terahash unit making 46.91. The Gold Shell Lithium AL box 360 gigahashes still making $36.29 a day. You know what?
Perfect.
I'm gonna eat my own words on this one. I swear I thought this one was gonna tank, but I'm sure when the new miner comes out, it's gonna turn into the KS0 for sure. Max char. Let's see. How's lithium doing? I guess I don't know. It's at $1.56 right now. It's down 7%. From its all-time high, it's 60% down, just about 59.4 4 months ago. Crazy. I don't know. I wonder what's going to happen with the lithium. I want to see where it's going to go. I guess only time will tell on that one. The KS5L 12 terahash unit making 35.90 a day. We get the BM KS Max 11 terahash unit and the Dragon Ball miner KS6 making 30.39 rather a day. We get the Windminer K9 10.3 terahash unit making 29.89. The Ice River KS3 8 terahash unit making 21.69. The Antminer L9 on the charts. Love this thing. 16 gigahash is making $20 a day, 20.41 to be exact. The KS3M 6 terahash unit making 13.87. You guys know I have the Antminer L7, which is the same thing as the L9, just a little bit less hash rate. As you can see, it's about 7. I lied. Sorry, 5 gigahashes more, right, for the L9, a little bit more. This thing is making me $8.28 per day hosted down at Terra Hosting. So shout out to them. If you guys are interested in hosting, check out the links in the description below. It is it's amazing. My machines haven't went down at all since they've been up, literally for months. I have not had them down like at all. So if you guys are interested in it, seriously go check them out. They're awesome. Let's go down a little bit. We got the KS2. I don't even think they make this anymore or for sale anymore. You can buy them used, obviously, but 1200 watts, 2 terahash unit, making $4.46 per day. We got the Ice River KS1 1 terahash unit making $2.23 per day, again after 10 cents per kilowatt hour. If you got 5 KS0 Pros though, you get the same exact terahash with 4 or 500 watts rather, so you'd be making a little bit more than this, and that's the reason I went with the KS0 Pros. The KS0 Ultra, I want to get my hands on. I bet this thing is going to be like a freaking toaster though, because the amount of chips they got to cram in this little heat sink of a box is going to be insane. So I'm hoping to get my hands on one just to at least check it out. But yeah, I'm kind of nervous about the heat factor on that one. 400 gigahashes again, $1.22 per day. You get your money back in 7.7 months, I guess. So almost 8 months. If I guess the Caspa price holds up, right? As of now. We got the Ice River Caspa KS0 Pro, the 200 gigahash unit. These are the ones I got in the solar trailer, making about 50 cents per day at 100 watts. This is after 10 cents kilowatt hour. Again, I am obviously running my stuff on solar, so it's free electricity for me. Obviously, it just took the upfront investment, and I'm actually going to be going to grab some more wood today to get that gazebo started building. Anyways, I have to get that thing built this weekend, depending on the rain. We're gonna see what happens there. The original KS0 is 100 gigahashes, only making 21 cents a day. Bruh. That's terrible. Let's scroll down. S19K, where are you? Oh god. The S19K 120 terahash unit. You guys know I got this thing down at Terra Hosting as well. I am losing 31 cents a day at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. I pay a little bit less down there at Terra Hosting, but this man, this sucks. Bitcoin's price needs to rise, because right now my payback is never on this machine. Damn it. All right, moving on. GPUs, let's see what we got over here. I want to get into the news pretty quick today. The 4090s, we got Graham, Ironfish, and Husat over here. We have Ironfish and Pyron as well. How's Pyron doing, actually? I was mining that for a while. 2 cents, almost 3 cents, a little over 2.5. Interesting. How we've been doing the last month. Downwards trend, just like everything else, but it's not at the low like it was here. Interesting. All right, let's see. We got Ironfish for the 170HX with Xano on the 7900 XT, Pyron, Ironfish, and Husat. Seems to be the same consensus all the way down. We got the 3080 12 gigabyte mining Zealous, 3080 Ti, same thing, Zealous. I actually had mine on Zealous. It was doing pretty well, actually. I was getting about one per day, maybe a little over on my farm, mining Zealous. Obviously, I mined everything on Zealous except for the AMD cards. The AMD cards I was going to Pyron, right to Caspa on Unminable. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out if you're interested in just stacking Caspa. That's what I was doing, just mining right to Unminable. And that, honestly, that might have killed the Pyron price for sure. Just the unminable thing, using Pyron hash over to Unminable, it's just constant sell pressure. That's probably what drove that thing into the ground quite a bit. The Radeon 7 over here mining Chlor is doing pretty well. What's Chlor looking like? Oh shit, damn it. Hit the wrong button. What's Chlor looking like? Let's see. Haven't looked at Chlor in a while. 7.6% down, 11 cents. Damn, this thing peaked up over 40 cents at one point. Yeah, what was the all-time high? 44 cents, 73% down. I wonder if this is a good buy right now. I would say yes, this is probably a good buy right now. Unless we break this low and then you're screwed. I don't know. I know DJ made some money on this. Shout out to my man DJ Mines. Hopefully he's doing well over there. All right, we got Dynex on the 3090 Ti. How's Dynex doing? I haven't looked at Dynex in a while either. Dynex is down 3.3% to 65 cents. I really want to see this project do well. I guess only time will tell, though. I don't know what's happening here. Full uncertainty with this coin, I assume. But we did get up to $1.39. It's about 50% down, 52.9% down over the past 7 months. So who knows? I guess we could see. What was it? Radiant, actually. Radiant was added to Tangem wallet, if you guys didn't know. So please go check out Tangem if you guys didn't or haven't. Tangem, let's see. Tangem wallet code CCXD will get you 10% off, but they just added Radiant. How do we get to that? Let's see. Where's the list of coins? Oh, is it RXD? Is that Radiant? They might not add it yet on this. Yeah, they don't have it on here yet, but it's on the wallet. If you upgrade or update your app, you guys can get Radiant now on the Tangem wallet. So shout out to Tangem for getting that situated. But yeah, CCXD will get you 10% off. So shameless plug there. What in the hell just happened to my mouse? Oh god. My mouse just went haywire. That was insane. All right, moving on. I think that's pretty much it, guys. Xano on the 1660s. Oh, look at that. Interesting. What's Xano looking like? Let's see Xano. Sorry, I'm kind of ignoring the chat. Xano's up on the day, 13.7%. Interesting. Interesting. 48.3% down. About 3 years ago, 2021, it got up to $4.81. I don't even know what this project does or is. It's on Ethereum. Interesting. Yeah, I don't even know what this is about, actually. If anybody knows, please let me know in the chat. My RPM Tangem finally shipped. Hell yeah, sustainable crypto. That's awesome, man. Good for you, man.
Perfect.
Do I have a code for that? Do I have a code for that? What are you talking about? Word puts. If you're talking about the Tangem wallet, yes, I have a code for that. TCXD is the code. All right, moving on. Let's see. New coins. We have any new coins here on the chart? What is this? Neon X, X11. Interesting. Guys, if you're going to go off of this site, miningpoolstats.stream, please do it at your own risk. I am safe on this computer, so I don't have to worry about it. But you guys do. Please don't be clicking around in random websites. That's like literally just walking into a neighbor's house and hopefully you don't get a disease. All right, Neon X coin. Let's see. Immerse yourself in the world where there is no control over you, where you can manage your data and valuable data anonymously for free. Updates and new announcements can be found in our Discord community.
Bruh.
What? Didn't even tell us anything. Choose a wallet. Neon X is a cryptocurrency that uses the X11 algorithm for proof of work. It has a number of advantages and includes a masternode system at the early stage. At the early stage, 2 wallets for operating systems are available to you. Wallet for Windows and Linux. Interesting. I don't know what this is. Mining is 30%, dev is 10%, and masternode 60%. Huh. This might be interesting, actually. If you can make some money off the nodes, it'd be kind of cool. Masternode reward is the thing that really just kind of caught my attention there. You know, maybe I'll look into this one. Mainnet launch, community building, block explorer, mining pools, KYC listing. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is the website enhancement, coin paprika listing, CoinGecko listing, implementation of the project, and then Zexegg. That's how you say that listing. I don't even know how you say that. The egg exchange. The egg exchange. That's what I'm calling it. All right, that is it over there for new coins. Events calendar, you guys know. CAU 41 hours. It's going through its hard fork, if anyone cares. And then this, I still don't know what this coin is. This isn't the real Pepe, apparently. This is script Pepe. It's not real. I don't know. I don't know the difference there, but that's going through its thing in 8 days. It's having. And then if you guys care about anything else, probably not until Varus, which is 195 days from now. So it's going to be absolutely pointless to even look at that list. All right, let's move on. TCXD ZRO is dumping. Yeah, I don't even know what. I don't know what this coin is, to be honest. Fully electric, I'm not gonna lie. I've never looked into it. I have not looked into it. But nonetheless, all right, moving on to news. You guys know, we heard this yesterday. SEC drops the Ethereum investigation to avoid embarrassing court case, which is probably true because they've been taking L's 4 days, which is hysterical. We get Gary Gensler. SEC has halted its investigation into whether Ether is security. What could have motivated the SEC to withdraw, and is the fight over? I assume it is the presidential election. That is my guess, 100%. Yeah, I don't see why not, because you know what? At the end of the day, Biden appointed Gary, right? And yeah, I don't know if the person that you're running against is going pro crypto, you don't really have much of a choice but to kind of jump on that bandwagon to get the votes too, right? So it kind of makes sense. The United States Security Exchange Commission, the SEC case to prove Ether is a security may not have been as strong as it let on. On June 19th, 2024, the SEC surprised the crypto industry when it officially closed its investigation into whether Ethereum is a security. I bet Gary holds some. That's probably why, actually. Consensus lawyer Laura Brookover said there will be no more protestations. I don't even know how to say that word from the SEC that Ether is a security. Brookover claimed that the SEC didn't willingly decide to drop the investigation. She said it was a reaction to being pushed to lift the subpoenas by consensus given their recent ETH exchange traded fund rule change approvals predicted on ETH being a commodity. Interesting. I'm not going to read this whole thing because clearly I can't read today. All right, let's move on to this. Nvidia is not a good bet long term. I want to see what they got to say over here on Yahoo Finance. I haven't had a chance to look at it. Oh wait, they changed the they put the likes back down here instead of up here where it was freaking stupid and annoying. Oh god, I'm glad they put that back. I am glad they put that back. That's awesome. Okay, good. That's nice. Thank you, YouTube, for not keeping the shit over here. It was annoying. Couldn't see the comments. All right, let's get into this, guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let's do it.
Shares of Nvidia seeing a sell-off midday, leading to the tech giant's decline today. Our next guest today sees a big concern with Nvidia and its customers. For more, let's welcome in Tim Pagliara, CapWealth Chief Investment Officer. Tim, it is good to see you. So maybe we'll start there, Tim, with Nvidia. You know, investors have piled in. Tim, the street loves this name. I mean, nearly 90% of analysts who cover Nvidia say you should buy it, even here. But you're cautious about Nvidia. How come?
I have a feeling this is going to be one of them guys that just hasn't bought in it, and he's pissed. He looks mad.
Well, for the very reason that there's so much consensus. You know, I think it was in a 10-day period, Nvidia added more market cap than Warren Buffett created in Berkshire Hathaway in 60 years. So that has to give.
How are those veneers doing? Holy shit, that guy's teeth are white. But that doesn't matter. Dude, the AI as a whole is giant. They're like literally changing the world as we speak. It's more or less like investing into like the internet when the internet bubble happened, right? Like that doesn't make any sense.
Give everybody a little bit of pause about, you know, where things are headed. I was asked in an interview
That's the dumbest thing ever.
Yesterday about which tech company will hit the $4 trillion mark first. And I said, well, I think you got to break that into two parts. You know, which one will hit first, and then which one's going to be sustainable at a $4 trillion company. And I chose Microsoft, but I think Nvidia will probably at this point hit first, just because of the fervor and consensus that everybody thinks that you've got to own that to be successful long term.
Tim, it's Julie here. When you look at Nvidia, what is your extrapolation to the rest of the market? In other words, is what's going on with Nvidia a risk sign for the rest of the market, or do you think that it's just sort of specific to it?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I think, you know, for the value investors, the people look in places where no one else is looking, I think it's a great opportunity because, you know, you have Nvidia, the market cap of it exceeds energy, it exceeds utilities, it exceeds the value of GE. The last time we went through something like this was in 1998, 1999. Ironically, the darling of that era was Coca-Cola. It had been on an 18% per year compounding, 21% annual increases in dividends. And you could have taken a dozen companies and you could have owned those, or you could have owned Coca-Cola. It's the same thing with Nvidia right now. You can own the entire energy complex, the entire utility complex, General Electric, or you could own Nvidia. You could have 15 Intels, I think is the number, or maybe a little bit more, or you could own Nvidia. So how sustainable that is ultimately with long-term earnings and profits, given the inherent nature of the chip industry,
I'm gonna bump
you
this
know,
up.
it's not a good bet from my standpoint,
So
long term, in my experience.
So Tim, what would be, in your opinion, a better bet, a smarter bet right now? Give us some ideas of where you would be more comfortable committing capital.
Well, I think it's, you know, when you look at artificial intelligence, we look at kind of a picks and shovel type of approach, like in a gold rush, you know, sell the shovels, sell the picks. In this instance, you know, it's the electricity, you know, complex. I mean, no one really talks about it, but, you know, a Google search today compared to a Google search with AI takes 10 to 15 times as much energy. And that hasn't really hit the market yet. And so I see energy companies, you know, GE Vernova as an example, as really benefiting from that. So you can make money around the edges, I think, in a more sustainable long-term way, because our utility industry, our grid, all of that needed upgrading anyway, and this is just going to accelerate the need for that.
A lot of those stocks have been bid up as well this year, and their valuations, one could say, are getting stretched too. But you think there's more upside for the utilities and some of the other sort of infrastructure providers?
Selectively, on a valuation basis, they still look, much cheaper and more sustainable long term. I mean, the building out, an energy complex, building the grid, that's probably a 15, 20-year process at this point. So I think there's a really long runway. Intel, for example, if you look 3 years out, 5 years out, when they get their CapEx starting to churn out revenue, they've got a very, very bright future. They already have a chip that they claim is going to be faster than Nvidia's. There's not, and again, I'm just trying to put a cautionary tale and some reasons where investors should be cautious, because this is where people lose a lot of money. You guys have talked about it. People have been around a long time. Look at Cisco. Cisco had the largest market cap of any company in the world. When these things turn, it's a long recovery. People forget it took 13 years for Microsoft following the peak in 2000 just to get back to where it was. That's a long time for investors that are used to making money every day.
Yeah.
This guy's kind of a donkey. Let's see what the comments say, actually, because I was thinking that too. Can't even pronounce it correctly. I trust him. AI stocks will dominate 2024. Why I prefer Nvidia is that they are better placed to maintain long-term growth potential and provide a platform for other AI companies. I know someone who has made more than 200% from Nvidia. I'll also take these other recommendations you made. Weird. Let's see. It's always the old guys that don't get it. Yeah, I guess they're not wrong. Let's see. Obviously, he missed the boat. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. 100%. These guys never came back saying I was wrong. Yep, never do. They always just disappear. Let's see. Who's Nvidia? Dude, these guys, relax, everyone. They have Nvidia. Yeah, he was definitely saying it weird. Anyways, this is, this guy's kind of a donkey. Not gonna lie. I don't think we'll see him again. Long Magnificent 7 becomes the most crowded trade on record. Let's see what they got to say over here again. Hit that like button, guys. Appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
Turns out retail investors are just as obsessed with Mag 7 as Wall Street, and not much else. Our Kate Rooney's exploring that for today's Tech Check. Morning, Kate.
Hey, Carl. Good morning. Yeah, so AI beneficiaries and then these riskier ETFs appear to be pretty much the only thing that individual investors are chasing right now. On balance, so-called retail traders actually been under participating in the market. Turnover for this group, which is essentially total buys and sells, is at the lowest level we've seen since before the pandemic. That's according to data from Vanda Research. They're concentrating on just a few pockets of big tech. You got the Mag 7, Nvidia, and then these turbocharged Nvidia plays through leveraged semiconductor ETFs. And when it comes to mega caps, Vanda shows a roughly 29% uptick in purchases of the Mag 7 as a percentage of total trading. This is an increasingly crowded position. According to Bank of America's Global Fund Manager Survey, long Mag 7 is now the most crowded trade on record. Retail traders are also over-indexed to Nvidia, the AI darling, of course, and the most valuable name on the market. Also, the most widely held by individuals, above Apple and Tesla at this point, again, according to Vanda there. But owning Nvidia, it's not enough for some people. They're looking to amplify that upside. You can see that dynamic with the popularity of long levered ETFs right now. Look
at that boner candle. It's not one, but you know what I mean. That's crazy.
The NVDL ETF, which is a 2 times Nvidia leverage fund, up 500% this year, roughly $4 billion market cap. And then there's SOXL, which offers 3 times leverage of the total chip sector. That's roughly doubled in this leverage. Of course, also amplifies the potential downside. Crowding into these names has also been attracting the interest of short sellers. Guys, all of this, of course, goes against the conventional wisdom to diversify your portfolio. But right now, at least, the narrow strategy is working. Retail has been outperforming the S&P. And of course, there's a lot of risk in being so indexed right now to big tech and the AI story. And then, of course, these levered bets on Nvidia. The downside risk is real there as well. All of this retail interest and short selling, guys, could add to a lot of the volatility in these names. Back over to you.
I know nothing. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. I had it at 1.2 speed. Yeah. Kate. Cocaine Rooney. This is Crypto KJ. Oh my God. All right, let's continue. The Magnificent 7 should have another good earnings season. Let's see what they got to say over here. Again, hit that like button, guys. Appreciate you for hanging out. I hate asking, but YouTube makes me. I'm going to speed this one up as well.
Nvidia is pulling back from its earlier gains as well. The AI darling has led the trend of late, up nearly 200% over the last year. My next guest, though, finding other ways to play the AI boom outside of the Mag 7. Joining me now at Post 9 is Alger's Ankur Crawford. Welcome back. I know you're looking at ways outside of the Mag 7, but you own the entire Mag 7, correct?
We do.
All right, so are you nervous now, or how are you feeling about these stocks?
I feel fine. I feel great, actually.
Well, I mean, you should, because the gains have been great.
Mag 7 is like the top 7 stocks or whatever in the market, like Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia. There's like, I don't know, 7 of them, obviously, right?
The gains have been great.
But now what?
I don't know them all
So
exactly.
let's just put it all in perspective. Nvidia in the last 2 months is up over 68%. As of this morning. If it gives up 3%, I mean, that's to be expected. A stock can't keep going up every single day.
Is that justified, though? It's like, it's amazing to me how easy it just rolls off the tongue. Well, Nvidia's up 68% in the last.
No, it's not easy.
I mean, does that make sense to you, though?
It does, given where the numbers have gone. So if you look at the whispers for Nvidia, they're approaching $5, which used to be $50 in the split adjusted, so $5 in earnings, which used to be like $3.50. So as the market gets more confidence that they're not over earning on 2025,
that's the question.
The multiple necessarily goes up. So then the question will become, is it over earning on 2026?
Well, we're not going to be able to answer those questions for a while, correct? So is that somewhat of a safety net in this trade for now? That, we got to wait for earnings. Okay, we're several weeks away from that. So what happens to the stock in the meantime? It can just tread water, keeps going up.
I would like to see it tread water, to be honest, because it's not healthy for a stock to just keep going up. It gets frothy. So I would like to see everything rest. I'd like to see the market rest and pause, and let's see what happens through earnings season. I expect earnings season for the Mag 7 will be pretty good. I don't think that's the case for everything in the market. And given that our economy is on slightly shakier ground, I think you're going to end up getting consolidation into Mag 7 as they put up the numbers.
You feel like
or the Mag 5.
Do you feel like the economy's shaky?
I do think you're starting to see cracks in the economy. I mean, the consumer isn't great. You see the transports are a little weak, or they have been weak for the last 6 quarters with negative volume growth. And so, it's not all as good.
Are you getting less positive than on the market itself because of that?
So if you look at the rest of the market actually hasn't done that well. So I would say I have not been super bullish on the market itself. What I have been bullish on is the fact that the secular growth in AI and in technology is going to pull along many of the stocks that the market is composed of.
We teased this segment as, yes, the Mag 7 seems to be everything, but there are other stocks that can capitalize on this trend that you talk so positively about that are outside the brightest lights in the market.
Yep.
Like what?
So one of my favorite names over the last couple of years has been TSMC. And, they're the supplier to the supplier, who is a supplier to the world. So, I think it's a really interesting name, and in part because I think it's one of the most strategic businesses on this planet. And, there's a lot of geopolitical tension and geopolitical noise around it. But if Taiwan gets attacked by China, we have bigger issues than owning TSM.
So you told our production team that you watched the interview that we did yesterday with Keith Meister, and that you agreed with a lot of what he said. Specifically, what stuck out to you that you said, you know what, I agree with that point of view, because he had addressed the market, suggested that rate cuts would not be good for stocks because they would happen for the wrong reason. He's been buying, the energy transition type trades, the utilities. He also spoke about Nvidia. So what specifically caught your eye?
I feel like he took a lot of the words out of my mouth in that, the Fed can't cut, so it's higher for longer. I've been saying that for quite a few years. He talked about Nvidia and making sure they're not over-earning. He had talked about the power transition trade and owning Vertiv. And I think that we are thinking about things in a lot of the same ways, in that you have to look beyond, AI right now is affecting the chip sector, but what goes beyond that?
Interesting. I guess that was a weird way to cut that off. Anyways, the bull market has left its hoof marks. Let's see what they got to say over here again. CNBC television.
Let's bring in Ed Yardeni. He's from Yardeni Research, obviously, whether this rally's gotten overextended. Nice to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Scott.
I mean, you do point out that the tech sector at large has a valuation at near 31 times.
Correct.
What do I take from that in terms of a strategy or how I should be thinking about this market in the here and now?
Well, look, I think there are clear signs that we are in the early phase of a melt-up. And then one of the signs is that I was expecting to see the S&P 500 at 5,400 by year end, and here we are at 5,500. It's basically mid-year. So, I feel like the bull market is kind of left hoof marks all over me because it's been so powerful. Same thing happened to me last year. I thought we'd get to 4,600 by the middle of the year. We got there by the end of the year. We got there by the middle of the year. I would say that this is a melt-up that is both earnings-led and valuation-led. If it was just all valuation-led, I'd be very concerned about too much speculative excesses. But the reality is these tech stocks have moved on better than expected earnings, and lots of news that suggests that the AI revolution really is boosting their earnings.
Sure, but there are valid questions that have been asked today, yesterday, and in days prior. For Nvidia, for example, whether it's over-earning. You've heard those words used. I find it interesting that you said we are in the early phases. This looks like the early phase of a melt-up. Some would look at the activity in Nvidia and say, well, that doesn't feel like the early phase of a melt-up. This feels like we're in the later innings. We're about to bring in the closer.
Well, I think the comparisons that are being made are to the late 1990s, and we saw Cisco go straight up and then straight down. Back in those days, there were a lot more excesses than there are today. Back in the late 1990s, companies that made telecom equipment, many of them financed their buyers. In other words, there was seller financing, which is a very dangerous way to run a business. There was also a lot of dot-coms that got a first round of financing, bought a lot of equipment for the internet, and then didn't get the second round of financing. This time around, Nvidia's getting purchases from very rich technology companies that can certainly afford to buy its chips. Look, I think the GPU chip is basically a fast computer. And I think that while everybody's been trying to figure out what artificial intelligence is all about, I think it's really big data on speed and on steroids. And I think the whole idea that we're going to be moving and having some quantum computers, I think GPUs are the kind of the quantum computers. So we've got a technology here that we just saw Accenture, for example, report that some of its earnings were boosted by using AI.
I know everybody's going to claim that, though, Ed. You know that. Let me.
But the stock is up on legitimate news. Well, I mean, they didn't just make that up.
No, I get you, but I mean, a lot of stocks are up over a significant period of time because if you've mentioned AI, like they're going to start saying that hamburgers are being made more efficient because we utilize AI, and that's helping the French fries be crispier.
Hold on, Scott. You've got some real companies announcing some solid information. I mean, Dell is going to be providing some AI-related technologies to Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is going to put a lot of these technologies together to build a supercomputer. I mean, he has more often than not delivered on what he said he's going to do. And I think he basically views GPUs as supercomputers when they're all put together, and I agree with that.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He is not wrong. Elon usually does deliver. Retail investors are joining in on the Magnificent Seven hype. Let's see what they got to say again over here.
Let's begin with more on this market concentration into just a handful of big tech names and some leveraged ETFs, but not much else. Kate Rooney has more on that trend for today's Tech Check. Hey, Kate.
Hey there, John. Yeah, so individual traders have actually been under participating in the market lately. Turnover for this group, which is essentially total buys and sells, it's at the lowest level we've seen since before the pandemic. That's according to data.
Did I just play this one? Did I just play this? No. Did I? I don't know. I don't think so. Retail investors are... I got this one twice. No? Maybe not. Maybe they just showed that chart already. All right, sorry.
Data from Vanda Research, they are concentrating on just a few pockets of big tech. You got the Mag 7, Nvidia, and then these turbocharged Nvidia plays with leveraged semiconductor ETFs. And then when it comes to mega caps, Vanda shows roughly 29% uptick in purchases of the Mag 7 as a percentage of total trading. This is an increasingly crowded position, guys. According to Bank of America's Global Fund Manager Survey, long Mag 7 is now the most crowded trade on record. Retail traders are also over-indexed to Nvidia. It's the most widely held name by individuals, topping Apple and Tesla, you can see there. And then just owning Nvidia, it's not enough for some people. They're looking to amplify the upside and the potential downside. You can see the dynamic with the popularity of these long-levered ETFs. There's the NVDL ETF. It's a 2 times Nvidia leveraged fund, up 500% this year. The
Jesus.
SOXL offers about 3 times leverage of the overall chip sector. All of this leverage, guys, also tends to amplify the downside as well. And then right now,
500%.
At least the narrow strategy, it's actually working. Retail has been outperforming the S&P. There are, of course, risks in being so heavily indexed to big tech. And this whole AI story, all of this retail interest is resulting in growing short interest as well, which could add to some of the volatility in these names, guys.
I mean, up 500. I would like to get in on that trade, up 500%. Right? Who's not sitting there thinking, gee, I mean, that's easy money. It's free money. So now what? I mean, that's the $3 trillion question.
Right. I mean, it's reinforcing, Kelly, like you said. You could sit there and sit back and say, OK, I'm going to use the whole 60-40 strategy and really bide my time and take maybe the Jack Bogle boring investing strategy long term. But, for a generation who's relatively new to this market, might be driven by a little bit of FOMO, sees that, it's reinforcing if you say, OK, I'm just going to buy a little bit and then you're up and you're beating the market. When you think of the long-term outcome here, which those with investing experience and a longer time horizon would say that's not the long-term investing strategy you want to take. But in the near term, it's reinforcing. People see the win. They see how well Nvidia is doing. They want to amplify the upside. And as a result, you're seeing more people pile in. And I think that's the real dynamic here.
I'm just glad it's in the S&P so that, the 401k, okay. So we
exactly.
just can't.
Even if you don't want to be indexed to big tech, you kind of are if you just buy the index, right?
Kate, thank you.
Interesting. All right, moving on to crypto world. Crypto super PAC Fair Shake raised $160 million by the end of May. Let's see what they got to say over here. Guys, that like button. Appreciate you for hanging out. I hate asking, but YouTube makes me.
Okay, let's talk about the top stories. India's financial regulator just handed Binance a multi-million-dollar penalty. The country's Financial Intelligence Unit, or FIU, ordered the crypto exchange to pay a $2.25 million fine for allegedly skirting the country's anti-money laundering regulations. The FIU's notice said that Binance failed to adhere to the country's Prevention of Money Laundering Act as required by companies operating as virtual digital asset service providers. Of course, Binance faced similar allegations here in the U.S. when it was ordered to pay more than $4 billion for its role in sanctions violations and money laundering. We reached out to Binance about this penalty, and the spokesperson told us the crypto company is reviewing the FIU's order to determine next steps and hopes to work with the regulator as a reporting entity in an effort to re-enter the Indian market. Binance was barred from operating in the country back in January. Next, Consensus says that the SEC has closed its investigation into Ethereum 2.0 and the firm itself. In a blog post, the crypto company said the SEC notified its lawyer of the shuttered investigation and that the agency would not pursue enforcement action against the company. Now, this follows a Wells notice the company says it received from the SEC back in April, along with a lawsuit filed by Consensus alleging regulatory overreach from the regulator. The lawsuit indicated the SEC had its sights on the firm's MetaMask swaps and MetaMask staking products, alleging they violated federal securities laws. A Consensus spokesperson said the company is gratified by the regulator's decision and went on to say, quote, "It is imperative that the SEC abandon its unprincipled and opaque regulation by enforcement campaign in favor of much needed regulatory clarity for an industry that serves as the backbone to countless new technologies and innovations." We reached out to the SEC, and a spokesperson told us it does not comment on the existence or non-existence of a possible investigation.
Of course it doesn't comment.
Last, Kraken
they couldn't just publicly say we don't want to take any more L's, we can't handle it.
says third-party security researchers found a vulnerability on the platform, which was fixed by the crypto exchange. In a series of posts yesterday, Kraken's chief security officer, Nick Percoco, said that the researchers secretly withdrew nearly $3 million and refused to give it back without seeing a bounty amount first. He stressed that the withdrawals were from Kraken's treasuries and not client assets. Percoco said Kraken received a bug bounty program alert from a security researcher on June 9th, adding that the email claimed to find an extremely critical bug that allowed them to artificially inflate their balance on the platform. He wrote that within minutes, Kraken discovered an isolated bug, which allowed an attacker to initiate a deposit onto the platform and receive funds in their account without fully completing the deposit. He said in under 2 hours, Kraken's team of experts mitigated the issue. Now, this morning, Percoco wrote an update on X, noting that the funds have been returned, minus a, quote, small amount lost to fees. Now, in other news related to Kraken, CEO Dave Ripley joined CNBC's Squawk Box this morning, the same day oral arguments for the motion to dismiss the SEC's case against the crypto exchange took place. Ripley explained that the company's motion to dismiss is basically Kraken's argument that the case shouldn't even go to trial. Back in November, the SEC charged Kraken for allegedly operating as an unregistered securities exchange.
We serve markets all across the world. Europe, UK, Canada, Australia, US are major markets, and we're active in all of those other markets, and pretty much every single one of them has gone to a place where they've put in some reasonable set of regulations. And we contrast that to here in the U.S., basically a rogue regulator pursuing this path of regulation by enforcement. And
hold the phone. Did you guys see Spider-Man in the background?
Pursuing this path of
fucking Spider-Man.
Regulation by enforcement.
Is that Spider? Is that a guy dressed up as Spider-Man in the frickin' middle of the day?
And meanwhile, we have Congress actually trying to pass bills to put something in place that's meaningful and appropriate.
Now, Ripley was also asked what he would like to see from Congress when it comes to crypto regulation and what agency he
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man coming out again in New York City.
would like to regulate the industry.
Right now, there's a bill that actually just passed the House with solid bipartisan support, 279 votes, I believe, the FIT 21 bill. And that actually puts forth a structure where both the CFTC and the SEC would regulate depending on the digital assets. So, for the most part, many of the digital assets would actually come under the purview of the CFTC.
All right, for our main story, the digital asset industry is playing a bigger and bigger role in Washington. And CNBC's Emily Wilkins takes a look at how crypto super PACs are hoping to influence policymaking on both sides of the aisle.
Crypto companies are banding together to be a force in the 2024 election, and they are already influencing Capitol Hill. In the past month, Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz have all donated to Fairshake PAC, the fourth largest political action committee playing in 2024, currently committing, according to Open Secrets. The group raised $160 million by the end of May, and more than 1 million people have signed up to be crypto advocates with the nonprofit Stand with Crypto. Coinbase Chief Policy Officer Faryar Shahzad said the grassroots movements is a wake-up call for lawmakers who thought their constituents didn't care about blockchain.
We made a funny realization, which was that the only way we were going to get the politics out of crypto was to build a political operation that leveled the playing field and allowed the tens of millions of Americans who own crypto to be a part of the process.
Fairshake isn't planning to play in the presidential election, but adopting a bipartisan focus on House and Senate races. Fairshake and two affiliated PACs have spent over $37 million on ads in the primaries, according to Ad Impact. And that includes the California Senate race, where Fairshake ran ads against Katie Porter, who ultimately lost to the more pro-crypto candidate Adam Schiff. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said now is a defining moment for crypto, and his group and others are working to play catch-up in D.C.
This is an industry that has been behind in Washington and really been on the defensive from some, I think, uneducated and sometimes intentionally or not, I'm not sure, but really those who are trying to kill crypto in the United States.
Real quick, Rude Puts, thank you so much for the €249. One more time. It's Friday. Appreciate you. Bunch of beer emojis. You're amazing. Thank you so much for keeping the stream alive.
At a time when we want the U.S. to be one of the financial centers of this next generation technology.
Pro-crypto candidates are running in at least 2 states that will determine which party controls the Senate next year. In Ohio.
Now, just even after listening to that, you guys don't think that, Biden's team was like, hey, Gary, we need to drop this Ethereum thing because we need these votes. We need these votes to be on our side for this election.
Senate Banking Chairman Sherrod Brown, who has been skeptical of crypto, is facing off against Republican Bernie Moreno, who founded a blockchain startup. And in Montana, Republican challenger Tim Sheehy praised crypto for representing the future of finance and the internet, while Senator John Tester told Meet the Press in 2022 that crypto doesn't pass the smell test. Yet lately, Tester seems to be changing his mind. He voted to overturn SEC guidance on crypto in a move that was praised by the industry. And he told me that he's looking at a couple of crypto bills and called it 21st century stuff.
Now, Patrick Murphy, you might not be wrong. He said if this wasn't an election year, no way does the Ethereum get an ETF. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's weird. It's weird. I really wish they would come back to proof of work from proof of stake, but it is strange. And I kind of almost agree with you. I don't know. It's weird.
One thing people are watching closely is just how much crypto matters to voters, especially in comparison to issues like abortion or the economy, which has gotten them to the polls in the past.
When we see polls about what issues
Don't say it like that. Schmish motion.
most care about, crypto never really shows up in any of the top ones. But what Stand With Crypto as well as Fair Shake PAC are kind of hoping to do is to say, hey, there is a group that cares about it. They do want to be taken seriously. They do want to have a more coordinated message than maybe what we saw with previous elections. And previously in 2022 with the midterms, it was Sam Bankman-Fried who made a lot of headlines with his donations and his giving. And I think now a lot of the folks with crypto, with Ripple, with Coinbase, with Andreessen Horowitz, they want to present a little bit more as adults in the room, as folks who aren't, sort of part of the wild west of crypto, but rather have a coordinated message and a coordinated plan about the importance that crypto can play in the financial system.
And at the same time, we're still waiting to see if major crypto legislation moves forward on Capitol Hill. The Fit for the 21st Century Act, that regulatory framework for crypto, is waiting on a vote from the Senate. The question is whether Congress can make progress on that or any other crypto bills before this current term ends.
So we know that Senator Debbie Stabenow is working on updating her 2022 bill that dealt with crypto and the CFTC ability to regulate that. We know that she is working with John Bozeman, and we know that some crypto executives were on the Hill last week, and they met with Stabenow, they met with Bozeman, they met with McConnell and Schumer and other leaders, and it gives a sense that there is a focus on this. There is an effort to try and get it done. Of course, time is of the essence at the moment. I mean, you're going to see lawmakers come back for a bit in July, but then they're out in August. And once they get back, it is really pivoting towards the election. But at the same point, if lawmakers think that crypto could have some influence on voters in some of these really key races, then it might behoove lawmakers to actually be able to put some of these crypto bills on the floor and take some votes.
Okay, that's all for crypto.
All right, shout out to CNBC Crypto World for that. All right, we're going to watch one video quick. This is from Altcoin Daily. You guys might have already seen it. Not sure. Massive Donald Trump Bitcoin news. Is he real? What does that mean? Is he real? Is it real? Is that what you meant to say? Weird. All right, let's get into it.
To further secure America's future and create opportunity for young people, I will end Joe Biden's war on crypto. We will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in America. We're going to keep it right here.
Do you think former President Trump is sincere about his recent comments about crypto? Does he understand crypto, Bitcoin? Do you take him at his word that it would be a friendlier?
Well,
so much is happening in crypto.
I like when he said we're going to keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your crypto. I wish they played that clip.
Before we get to the big news, first of all, breaking. Fox Corporation launches the first enterprise L2 chain on Gelato, which is powered by Polygon. Fox Corporation, a top U.S. media company, Fox Corp, launches a verified L2 to help media firms like Time track online content use. Fox is using Polygon to verify the media it puts out. Fox Corporation is leveraging crypto to establish immutable content licensing and verification. According to an official press release, the two media giants, Fox and Time, have collaborated to ensure the authenticity of journalism and combat the spread of misinformation in the press. Time, as the first external publishing partner for Fox's Verify protocol, which uses Polygon tech, will work alongside Fox to integrate blockchain-based verification into journalism. Quote, Time is proud to join Fox's Verify as an authenticated source of fact-based journalism at a time when access to trusted information is more important than ever. So this is a big win for Polygon. This is a bigger win for crypto. We're just seeing so many big companies getting in. Like, it's amazing the news that's coming out now. For instance, telecom giant T-Mobile, actually their parent company, Deutsche Telekom, announced their plans to mine Bitcoin. The company also revealed that it's running Bitcoin and Lightning Network nodes. Subscribers of Altcoin Daily will also remember that this same company, T-Mobile's parent company, Deutsche Telekom, runs an Ethereum node, runs a Polygon node, runs a Multiverse X node, I believe. T-Mobile is heavily into crypto, and they're doubling, tripling down now, mining Bitcoin. Guys, smash the like button. You subscribe to Altcoin Daily for daily videos, keeping you informed. Trump just got donated about 30 Bitcoin worth $2 million from Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss of Gemini Exchange. Why did they donate this money? They cited his...
I don't know. I don't know.
Pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto,
weird.
and
That's kinda weird.
pro-business stance, stating that Trump will, quote, put an end to Biden administration's war on crypto. So this is exactly what Donald Trump has been saying on the campaign trail, and now the Winklevoss twins are
Isn't Trump like 6-something? How tall are these guys? Like almost 7 feet.
repeating it, saying this is why we just donated. You've seen Trump saying this.
To further secure America's future and create opportunity for young people, I will end Joe Biden's war on crypto. We will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in America. Otherwise, other countries are going to have it.
Now, guys, let's be real about this. This is a campaign year. Politicians want your vote. Do you think Trump is being sincere when he talks so strongly about being pro-crypto? Seriously, I want your real thoughts on this.
I would say yes and no, to be honest, right? I mean, he did have his own NFT collection, so that's kind of, I mean, obviously he's not against crypto, but he has said that he wants the US dollar to be the, the currency of the world, right? And which makes sense. I get it. You're running for president. Why would you want to deface the value of the dollar, right? But I don't think he's against crypto, but yeah, I'm sure he's pushing it a little bit more to get votes. I mean, it's kind of a good tactic.
Because I've heard some people saying that Trump is just yapping, kind of using the cryptocurrency community. Not that it didn't change a little bit, but he's just on the campaign trail promising a lot. Like, listen, do you think he's being sincere with his promises here?
I will end Joe Biden's war on crypto, and we will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in America. We're going to keep it right here, and a lot of it's going to be done right here in Florida. Perfect. Right? And I will always protect Medicare and Social Security for our great...
Is Donald Trump being sincere as the pro-crypto president? Well, this is the exact question they asked the CEO of Kraken on Squawk Box this morning. You're a crypto company in the U.S. Donald Trump says he's pro-crypto companies. Do you think Donald Trump will take care of you? Listen to this answer.
Do you think former President Trump is sincere about his recent comments about crypto? Does he understand crypto, Bitcoin? Do you take...
Well, he clearly doesn't understand mining because you can't control that. That's not going to be in the U.S. I'm sorry. You can't keep all of the mining here because then that doesn't really make much sense, right? That would be centralized. in U.S. that never happened. All the machines are made in China. Like what? Makes no sense. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah. Was he actually against crypto? Yeah. Fully Electric said when Trump was the president, he was actually against crypto. He had his first NFT at that time, so he was very hypocritical. Really? Well, I mean, you know what? He's always been a businessman, I guess, right? So you blame him? Kind of not, right?
Take him at his word that it would be a friendlier touch?
Yeah, everyone goes on a journey with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I did myself, and his comments on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are recent. So I would hope that he's kind of on that learning journey, learning more about it. When individuals actually take the time to learn about Bitcoin cryptocurrency, it's almost always a positive outcome.
2024 will be the year of more accommodating regulation and an IPO for your company?
So 2025 was your question? I think...
No, 2024.
Oh, this year. Okay, we got to go quicker.
No, 2025. 2025 then is more... You can change it.
The accommodating regulation, I think we're absolutely on our way with the passage of this bill in the House, and potentially we get there this year with the passage of the bill.
But for you, 2025.
And then as far as Kraken, fundraise, IPO, all these things are out there. It's timing is not something that we're defined specifically at this point in time.
Okay.
Well, it's
in the chat. Rico's asking if anybody has good clocks for fish hash 3060 12 gigabyte. Please feel free to throw it in the chat for him. That would be awesome. Dave Jack said he could make it easier to mine or start up farms with kickbacks or tax rebates, but I doubt he's going to do shit. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a good point, Dave Jack. That's actually a really good point.
It's just so awesome that Bitcoin and crypto is an election issue. Even getting the Democrats, even getting Joe Biden to lean a little bit more towards pro-crypto. This is ultimately such a good thing.
Lean but not fall over. All right? Just want to clarify.
I just hope they're real because there is real value in tokenizing the world. There is real value in crypto assets. Nick Dukoff, the head of institutional growth for Solana, he talks about why tokenization and PayFi will eat the world. Listen, this is why crypto is the future. I hope Trump and Joe Biden understand this.
I think money wants to move and money wants to have utility, and whether that's yield or being used as collateral. And so that means 24/7 trading. That means, global markets and liquidity. That means atomic settlement. And I think, bank customers would like to have that, not being constrained by bank window hours, 9 to 4. And I think market participants want to have that as well. They don't want to only be trading from 9:30 to 4, and they want to be able to trade cross-border, and they want to be able to take their money immediately and be able to use it somewhere else. And so I think we're on this path towards atomic settlement, and the train's not going to stop. When you take a technology and you make it really easy to innovate on, where you're giving creative control to entrepreneurs, they tend to find ways to create value in the market. And so, for example, there are about 8,000 traded equities on United States exchanges. There are 20,000 new tokens created on Solana every single day, right? And we could, of course, argue about how many of those actually have value.
That's
but
insane.
The fact of the matter is that there's innovation, creativity happening at a speed that has never been seen before in the traditional financial world. So you're talking about, money coming in 2 days a month, taking 1 to 3 days for you to take that money and then be able to invest it in the market. That's lost economic value, right? Those few days. Imagine if your income is streamed to you daily. Imagine that you can borrow against future income. Imagine that the second that you have money, you can go buy something with it. And the second you sell it, you can go buy something else. That your money is earning yield that entire time. And then, as Stacy said, imagine taking assets that are yield generating and being able to use those as payment and settlement for goods and services. We call this PayFi, and we really think this is the future of financialization.
Things are really heating up for cryptocurrency this year. Hey, let's chat more about this story on the Roundtable app. You can talk.
Let's not. All right. Anyways, he's just going to shill stuff for the rest of the time. So we're going to not do that. We're going to get into the recap segment of things. So anybody is just joining, see what we're looking like. Bitcoin, $63,809. Terrible. Ethereum, 3483. Everything is on the way down, unfortunately. We got BNB at 581, Solana at 130 bucks. Everything is on a fire sale, people. Just saying. This is the time you buy. Right now, flashbang, fear and greed index at a 63. This is when you buy, right? Obviously, it's better when it's down here and people are really panicking and jumping out of the market and there's blood in the streets. That's when you want to buy. But again, I don't think we're going to go too much lower than this. Knock on wood. That's just my opinion, my personal opinion. The presidential election is coming up soon, right? And yeah, the bull market is realistically going to be here by the end of the year, or it should be anyways. XRP 48 cents, Litecoin $72.72. Caspa's at 14.3. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Do I still have that? If you guys haven't seen this video right here from Mr. Sin City Crypto, I'm not mistaken, this one with the Caspa devs, please go check it out. This was a excellent video. There was all of the devs here and a roundtable setting. As you can see, all these guys created Caspa or on the dev team of Caspa. And yeah, dude, it's honestly, it really is. It'll change your mind for sure. So go check it out if you guys are into that. Anyways, that is gonna do it, fellas, and it is Friday, so I am gonna leave you with this. I hope you guys have a great, happy, and safe rest of your day, and I will catch you guys bright and early on Monday morning, but later on tomorrow night, and I'm gonna try to build that gazebo, so hopefully I'll have some content for you guys either this weekend or beginning of next week. Have a good day. Happy Friday. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace. Let's go to the big screen here and play this.
I wanna hold on till I can't no more.
Have a happy and safe Friday, everybody. Let's go raid Miss Randy Hipper. She is live right now. Appreciate you all for hanging out with me. Have a safe Friday. Peace.
Eat shit, Gary.